Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I asked you in my last video if you guys love minis and you would want me to do another video. So by popular demand, we're going to do another one because I had so much fun last time and I'm so glad y'all enjoyed it. So I'm going to take two of the houses from Dollar Tree, one of these cute little pieces of doll furniture, and we're going to make some farmhouse houses, and we're going to put little mini decor in them. Oh my gosh, I thought last video was fun to do. This one was even more fun to do. So, excuse me. So, let's see. We are going to start painting. And I painted the houses and I painted the furniture and used chalk paint. And I think I did 2 coats on everything. I didn't really focus on the center of the houses because that's going to be covered. But I focused on the outside edges and the inside edges. And then we're just going to go in our stash and we're going to start pulling stuff again, just like we did on the last video. Some stuff is unusual, like this top lid for my Starbucks coffee. But this is going to make a great frame. You'll see. I grabbed some beads. I grabbed some finials. I grabbed little Christmas trees. I grabbed the piece out of a Dollar Tree calendar. Like I said, this is just inspiration for you guys. You guys might not have exactly what I have in my craft stash. Lots of this stuff you can find either at Dollar Tree. Some of my beads came from Hobby Lobby. And the paper that I used to put inside of these houses came from Walmart. So like I said, you might not have exactly what I have, but I know you have something laying around in your craft stash that you could use. And these are just inspiration videos. And it's so much fun. It's so hard to stay in order in these videos also. Again, I will be jumping around because I'll be painting and then I'll be going back to things. One thing I wanted to share with you guys is these Scrabble pieces. I have said in many other videos that I find Scrabble games at like Goodwill or thrift stores, or even buy Scrabble pieces off of eBay. But on a recent trip to Dollar General sells a whole bag of Scrabble pieces now. So that made me so excited. So once my paint was dry, I came back in with some burnt umber apple barrel paint, and I highlighted the feet on this dresser and I highlighted the knobs. Then I just came in with my paintbrush and distressed. Went around the edges, used my fingers to kind of wipe it down, and just put distressing where I thought it would look good. You're going to see me get dirty in this video. It was kind of hard with all these little pieces to not get my fingers filthy. So I'm sorry about that, but it was fun. Sometimes getting messy is fun. So I'm going to pop back in once in a while and explain a few things, but otherwise let's just sit back and enjoy the little mini farmhouses.
Go on now, be good, be fine, live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind, live, it's your life. Rocks are meant to be picked up and thrown. New ideas can be pleasantly overgrown. But you know where to go if you follow that heart.
You'll see me paint these finials, which I should have done 2. I do grab one towards the end of the video and paint another one. You'll see me paint beads. And those are going to be my vases and my planters. So it was neat to just take different items and think of what they could be on the little mini house. These little trees were Christmas trees, so I didn't want that bright green and I didn't want the snow on them. So I do come in with some burnt umber and I darken these up, and then I come back in with some more darker green and go in over the brown, and that really made these look more like rustic trees than Christmas trees. This is a piece from one of the Dollar Tree calendars, the box calendars, and this is going to make a beautiful wooden shelf. I first gave it a nice coat of the chalk paint, then I came back in with the burnt umber and went over it to make it look more wooden. And that is the green, I think it's seaweed, that I'm going to use to go over the brown on those Christmas trees and really make them look more like pine trees than Christmas trees. They were just a little bit too bright.
On your way, promise me that you know the world is yours. Strike them with your glow. Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't.
Again, I'm going to take beads I have already in my stash and add a little paint to them to make them little vases. These don't have to be perfect because the imperfection, I think, looks perfect. Does that make sense? Not everything is perfect, so you don't have to be precise. Don't worry about that. They turn out super cute, and you don't have to have painting skills either. Now, whenever Hobby Lobby has things on 50% off or 40% off, I grab them. And I think these are used for scrapbooking, but they looked really vintage and cool. They came in a big pack, and I used my 40% off coupon on them, I think. And that's what I'm going to put inside of that Starbucks lid and make a picture for one of the houses. Now, I know I'm jumping around here making a whole bunch of different things. I'm making enough to decorate 2 houses, and we will put it all together, and I'll show you how it all comes together for both houses, so bear with me. Right now I'm just showing you different things that you can grab to use and make all your little minis for your houses. And all I did was trace around it and cut it, and I didn't even have to hot glue it because that baby wasn't coming out. How cute is that? I used some burnt umber and I came in around the edges, and then I used my finger just to smooth it, just to give it a more rustic, rusted look, and that seemed to work perfect. On a recent trip to Walmart, I picked up this book. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know. I know I'm I'm so behind on the times, but I didn't even know they sold stuff like this. I'm not a scrapbooker, so I never go in that department or that section, but I've been buying like these sheets from Hobby Lobby, and it all came in a book. How exciting. I'm sure y'all know that. But what's neat about this book is that it's double-sided, so you get like so much bang for your buck here. I think this book is $10 at Walmart, and so many choices. Oh, I fell in love. So I wanted my farmhouses to bring me back in time to a simpler time, to a loving time, and that brings me to my grandparents' house. So I kind of picked out grandma-ish wallpaper for my little farmhouses, but that's okay. They are just so cute. And what was neat about this is I could trace this out, and you guys, I'm sure y'all can do this much better. Leave in the comments below how you guys do this. I actually had to go grab a piece of printer paper, push it in to try to get the outline, because the back of these houses doesn't pop out like the shadow boxes. And so I just grabbed printer paper and kind of made a template. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. So y'all probably have a much better way of doing this. But this worked for me. I was able to make a little template. And what was neat, because this paper is double-sided, that once I had it perfect where it would fit in the box, all I had to do was come back in with my Cricut cutter, and that's my husband's phone going off. He's getting an update right now. Sorry about that. Anyway, all I had to do is go in with my Cricut cutter, cut this in half, and flip it over. That way I could have the wallpaper a different pattern on the top than it was on the bottom. How neat is that? I did not use glue stick, and I did not use Mod Podge because hot glue in the corners works perfect. There's going to be so much stuff added onto this wallpaper. I really didn't have to worry about it coming off, and I really didn't want to have wrinkles in it. So I seem to get very wrinkly when I Mod Podge, so hot glue worked fine here.
There's no one like you.
So since this house is wider, just one of those small little popsicle sticks fits absolutely perfect in here. So I took some burnt umber and I went over it to give it a wood look. I grabbed my trusty little, I don't know what it is even anymore. It looks like a mitt. I use it for waxing. And I just rubbed it so that it actually dried right away, and I got some of that paint off to make it look more like wood. And then I hot glued it down, and that was like my chair rail for the house. So cute, so country. I absolutely loved that with a little bitty popsicle stick.
Be fine. Live your life. Dream big. Don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life.
I took the dresser, added some hot glue to the back, and I centered that in the middle of the house. A little bit, boy, I'm doing my voiceover on top of my husband's phone that just keeps going off. All his little games and Sports Center and everything else. He has his phone charging right now, and I'm doing this on top of it. I know y'all don't care, but you're going to hear his phone once in a while, and I'm so sorry. But anyway, back to the project. It went right on top of that little chair rail and centered in the middle of the house. Because that chair rail just looks so cute, I thought, well, maybe I could grab a couple more popsicle sticks. If I put them on top of the house, draw a line to where I want to cut, so that line would be straight up and down and the other line would be diagonal, that I could mimic like molding for the house up top. And then it also hides the imperfection of my cutting skills when I was cutting to fit the wallpaper inside of here. So that worked out good. Now this was my first house. This was my first attempt at the little molding. So for some reason I thought I should cut 2 exact pieces, and I should have just put them next to each other. One piece has to be smaller than the other. So see, right now I'm coming back and I'm having to trim a little bit more because one has to fit into the other. But I learned my lesson, and the next house I know exactly how to show you guys how to do it. So this is a way to do it. It just is easier the next way. And I painted that molding white, and I hot glued that to the top. And it was perfect little molding for this little mini house.
Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way. Promise me that you know the world is yours. Strike them with your glow. Go on now, be good, be fine.
It's coming along. It's looking so stinking cute. I'm loving it. I have some more ideas for some minis. I also have 2 more of these houses, so I want to get you guys' suggestions right now. Are you ready for Easter? Would you like to see me do 2 more of these houses using like decorating them for Easter with mini decor? Or do you want them done like maybe modern farmhouse or even modern? Let me know in the comments below, because I do have 2 more houses. So now we're just going to start adding the little accents to our house. This is just a little sprig that I took off of one of my florals, and I hot glued it into that little finial that I made into a vase, and we're going to put that on top of the dresser. And we're just going to start adding all of the little decor. I'm going to take the Scrabble pieces and paint them, hot glue them together, and make them into little bitty books, because I thought that would look really cute next to the plant. And I absolutely love that Starbucks lid. I love this little house. I always wanted one of those vintage like doll houses, but they're ginormous, and I just don't have the room in my house for it. But how much fun would it be to get one of those houses and decorate it? Shoot me a comment if anybody has one of those big houses and have decorated them, the little doll houses. Gosh, I would love to have one. But going back to this project, I took those Scrabble pieces, I painted them white, and now I'm writing "Let's Stay Home" on them, and they're going to mimic little books. And I'm going to hot glue those to the top of the dresser. And that is it for the first little farmhouse. How cute is that? It is adorable, just simply darling. So now on to the taller, skinnier farmhouse. I used 2 different styles of paper from that book. I'm not going to show you the awful way I did it again, but you saw in the first house I made my little template and cut this out. I did hot glue these down as well. And now I'm going to make a little chair rail. Now this house is taller and skinnier, so the popsicle stick does not fit perfectly. I did have to measure and cut, but those popsicle sticks you can just cut with scissors. It's real simple. The ends do go flying, and you got to find them after you cut it, or maybe mine just do, but for the most part they're pretty easy to cut. I did this the same way, but like I said before, this time I got smart. See, I'm measuring on top of the other one so I don't have to cut twice. I'm painting it with burnt umber. I'm wiping it off. Now, the first house, when I did the molding, I painted it white. This house, I'm going more rustic country, so I did do the burnt umber for the molding at the top, and then hot gluing those into place. I think the first house is like a room, where this next house, the skinny one that I'm working on right now, is kind of like a hallway or a foyer. You'll see why. I just think the first house is more like a room because it has furniture, and this one doesn't. But if you watched it was either my last video or a video before that. It was my book video. This says less attitude, more gratitude. It was these little tablescapes that I got from Target, and I just love that saying, so I thought that would be cute to put on here. The calendar piece that I painted earlier, I'm using as a shelf, and then we're going to come in and we're going to put a vase on it, and then we're going to use those Christmas trees that I painted and tie this all together. Those little wooden beads make the cutest vases. And I know Dollar Tree sells like colorful ones that you could paint. I think these beads I either got from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. But Dollar Tree does have beads that you can get. They're really bright. They don't have the neutral colors. And you paint them the same way you paint these. So you can use those as well. But they make gorgeous vases. These finials make a great planter for that Christmas tree. And once you have the base painted, my bigger tree had a little wooden base, which actually I'm going to use for this project as well. But you just add a little hot glue inside the hole and put that tree right in there. Perfect. Fits. No problem. And the hot glue helps it stand up.
Forget to be kind, live, it's your life. Rocks are meant to be picked up and thrown.
These little metal clock faces also came from Hobby Lobby. If you can't find those at your store or you don't have those, you can always go on Google Images and find a clock face that you like. And you can hot glue it or Mod Podge it onto a little piece of wood and make your own clock. Google Images is like my best friend. I can always find something if I can't find it in the stores that I could print off and use. So I painted it white because the clock face that I chose is metal. So I thought the white background would really make it show. And I just hot glued that down. That was the little base to that tree. I hot glued it down, put some hot glue on the bottom of it, and put it right next to the tree. Then I come back in and use a bead and put the little mini tree in that. But before that, I thought this needed just something else. So I went back to my stash, grabbed some more Scrabble pieces, painted them white, and I grabbed some beads that I thought would mimic little feet. And I made a little ottoman. And I put the beads in the front for the feet, but I didn't need 4 feet on it because it's a mini. So I put 2 feet in front, and then I just hot glued the back to the back of the house. And it just mimicked, having 4 feet, but I didn't. And then I put that planter on top of this little ottoman.
There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way, promise me that you know the world is yours, strike them with your glow. Go on now, be good.
And there it is. That's the rustic country version. Just as cute as the other one. These are small enough to put on a tiered tray or one of your shelves. I have an idea for these that I might do a video a little bit down the road. But right now I want to know what you want to see next. Do you want to see another mini video? Do you want to see, like I said earlier, one of these houses decorated with little mini Easter decor? You let me know. I'm having so much fun doing these, so if you want more minis, I'll give you more minis because it's so much fun. But for now, I hope you all are having a blessed and wonderful day. I appreciate y'all so much. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you would like to see more. And as always, have a blessed and wonderful day, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.